My name is Lien Lin, and this is Bricolage. I've been cooking for over 10 years. I started my career, actually, my professional career in San Francisco, but I've been actually cooking my entire life. My parents are both chefs. They had one of those 80s restaurants back in Saratoga Springs, which served American Chinese food. And they've been cooking their entire lives. That's just what they did. That's how we survived as refugees coming over to the United States. And when I was 6, I would help wash dishes. I was just tall enough to push the stool to the dishwashing station to help wash dishes and fold wontons and do little shrimp toasts and hang out with them on the weekends there. That's most how I would be able to spend time with them, because they would work at the restaurant like 7 days a week. Modern Vietnamese is using the same techniques and flavors of the actual cuisine, but using local ingredients and what is available here. The dish we're going to be making today is a Banh Canh noodle made out of tapioca starch and rice flour. It's going to be topped with tofu, fresh vegetables, and pickles. The noodles are made with tapioca starch, rice flour, a little bit of salt. You combine the two flours. I like to whisk them together to make sure they're combined nicely with the salt, and then I make a well and pour the water, the boiling water, in the well, and then slowly combine the flour and the water together, and then knead it together until it's a tacky ball of dough. My mom used to make banh canh for me, and that's the refugee dish that is very important to me. She would tell me the story about her being in Hong Kong, us living in the refugee camp, and how we would make money. She'd be pushed around a shopping cart and make these fresh rice dumplings to order on the street, and with me strapped to her back. You know? And back in Saratoga Springs, she taught me how to make that dish, and it's a very time-consuming dish, but so worth it. And then we're gonna put the noodles in boiling water, and as soon as they float, they're done. And you make sure the water is at a rolling boil before you put the noodles in. And once you get to this point, all you need to do is dunk the whole thing into the boiling water. And as soon as it touches the boiling water, it'll release. And then, as soon as they start floating, they're ready. Into the cold water bath, and this is to prevent it from sticking and becoming a gooey, gummy mess. And drain the water, and that's it. It's going to be topped with tofu, fresh vegetables, and pickles. You start with a little oil. And get the pan nice and hot. A little of daikon and garlic. And then both tofus go in. Deglaze with a little rice wine. A little stir-fry sauce. And then I like to turn it on a low flame just to get a little brown on both sides. Okay, so now we're just gonna build our bowl. We have our delicious noodles here. This is a sauce made of coconut milk and just a touch of curry, a little salt and sugar. And then we're going to top our noodles with our fresh toppings. We have pickled carrot, pickled daikon, cucumber, bean sprouts, and some mint and Thai basil. And then our tofu topping with our salted daikon. And just garnish with a little toasted rice flour. We sell a lot of vegetarian dishes. People call and they ask, oh, so what are your vegetarian options? Or they see on the website and they're like, wow, you guys have quite a few vegetarian options. I'm like, yeah, so it's all about the cuisine, you know, and it's all about the flavors and textures again, you know, not necessarily about using meat or seafood, or, you know, we can accomplish the same kind of textures and flavors using vegetables and vegetarian items like fermented bean curd to get that umami in some of the sauces. Banh Canh noodle with tofu.
They started with a small stall kind of thing. So we grew up over the years. You know, people accepted our cuisine. They loved our foods, and we are the third generation now working in this.